Hello, everyone. Welcome to my newest psychic tarot reading. I'm Lamar Townsend. I'm a psychic, a tarot reader, and an astrologer, as well as a medium. If you would like to book a reading with me, I am available. So definitely check out my website, lamartownsendtarot.com. Thank you to all my clients who have been purchasing readings. I have gotten an influx of readings the last week or so. So I'm getting through my list. So thank you all for being patient. And yes, if you would like a reading, check out my website. This is my website, lamartownsendtarot.com. So once you reach this page, you know you're on the right page. You can scroll down, read reviews. You can also follow me down here on Instagram and Facebook if you want your own reading or if you would like to keep in touch. I also do weekly horoscopes on Instagram and Facebook. If you would like your own reading, go right to the store section. This is where you would go to view everything I offer. I offer email readings, 30-minute, 15-minute, hour-long phone readings. I also offer protection candles, money candles, cleansing candles, blockage removal candles, open rose candles, custom candles, love candles, money candles. I also offer birth chart readings, individual birth chart readings, compatibility birth chart readings, as well as transit birth chart readings. I sell merch, Evil Eye handmade bracelets, past life readings, and so much more. Tarot classes, astrology classes, spiritual development classes as well. So thank you all for being here. I'm here to do a reading on Trump and his future plans when it comes to immigration. There's a lot of rumors, there's a lot of energy going on about immigration. So I figured I'd come on and do a reading. Why not do a reading to see what's going on with Trump and immigration? Let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's not waste any time. We'll go ahead and do a channeling and then I'll get into the cards and see what the cards have to say. Thank you, Spirit, for opening up the channel so that I can connect with the energy of what's going on with Trump and immigration moving forward. Thank you for protecting my energy, my thoughts, my mind, my emotions, and my space. Thank you for protecting any extension of myself and my space, as well as those watching this reading. Amen, amen, and amen. Thank you for providing clarity and insight. All right, let's get into it and see what's coming up for Trump and immigration. Let's go ahead and get into what is coming up for the immigration laws, immigration energy when it comes to Donald Trump. Let's get into it. Spirit, give me some clarity and insight on what is going on with the immigration laws and Trump. What's going on with Trump and immigration, Spirit? What's coming up for Trump and immigration? First thing I'm hearing is Mexico. I hear Guatemala. I don't know why I also hear Utah. I see a lot of riling up like the crowds, riling up the people for Trump. Like similar to how he was um with his last campaign, with his last presidential run where he was like kind of like he used building the wall like as a big talking point, but I believe the wall never got finished or it was never built or in the first place, or there's something with the wall where he didn't fully complete it, but he was rallying it as if like that was one of the big things he was gonna do. I feel like part of what Trump is doing when it comes to, all of these news articles and rumors that are coming out about, him getting rid of, 20 million immigrants and all these different types of things, it feels more so like it's a scare tactic. Now, that doesn't mean that there's no bite behind his bark. I do feel like it's a scare tactic, though. Like what is happening now, what's happening initially, what's happening now is a scare tactic. Once things go into motion and he is inaugurated and things of this nature, I feel like that's where the real fun starts. But I feel like maybe it's fun for Trump all right, or his team or whatever it may be. I feel like I hear cartels, so that's quite interesting. I'm also seeing something about like I feel like this is gonna be more organized than people think, and I feel like some of the main people they're gonna be targeting in terms of immigrants are I hear lawbreakers, are criminals. There's also something where there's an energy of like setup in the air, like setting people up to become a criminal, therefore being having the possibility or being more likely to be deported or to be um immigrated back to their home country, that kind of energy. um I feel like there's something also where they want to clean up the black market with substances and things of this nature. So it's almost like this what's happening now with Trump, with him saying once again what he's planning to do and all these different things he's planning, and his team, his the Republicans are planning to implement. It's almost like the warning shot. Like it's almost like a scare tactic. Like it's like I don't know if you ever. This is definitely a black household kind of thing or ethnic kind of thing, because I also know that a lot of Hispanic, Latino, Mexican people also grow up like this, with people with family members like this as well. Um, it's almost like your your mother before she leaves, or your auntie, your grandma, whatever it is, before she leaves, your tia, your abuela, what it's like before she leaves, she lets everyone, all the kids, everyone in the house know, before I get back, these dishes better be done. All right, that bathroom better be clean. It better be vacuumed up in here, or we gonna have some problems. That's the warning shot. So you better clean up. You better do what's expected of you. You better clean up your act, or when mother gets home, when daddy gets home. In this case, I guess it would be daddy. When I am off to play a game of golf and something and something some something. Because my heart belongs to daddy. If I invite a boy some night to dine on my fine enchilada. I don't know. These are not lyrics I made up. This is from a movie Marilyn Monroe starred in and sang. I'm obsessed with Marilyn Monroe and her songs. I used to be obsessed with her songs back in high school, but she has a song called something Daddy. My heart belongs to Daddy or something like that. So back to what I was saying. It's almost like, you better clean up, you better do the dishes, you better, vacuum before daddy gets home. They told you, there's gonna be problems. That's kind of like the energy that's happening right now with Trump. It's the warning shot. It's the I'm planning to get rid of 20 million immigrants, but he's walking away, not necessarily right now, but when he might do it when he gets back. If you don't clean your act up, right? That's the energy. It's like a parent trying to like scare you, trying to get you trying to scare you into submission, basically. All right. Even though the two are not necessarily similar, this is definitely a wider, bigger, more serious scale with this, with Trump here. Um, yeah, I keep getting something about like criminals, like active criminals, people with a background in criminal history definitely could be. And I almost feel like some people who may have a background with criminal history but are on the right track, who have been on the right track, even have the possibility to have issues with these new laws regarding immigration, or new strategies, whatever you want to call it, regarding immigration that Trump and the Republicans, Trump and his team are going to implement. Like I keep hearing criminals, criminals. And the thing is that like America, the Republicans, Trump is aware that immigrants are, and I was talking to my friend about this as well. We were having a discussion about this. Immigrants are part of the building blocks of this country. Always have been, right? And the Republicans aren't dumb. Trump isn't dumb, right? Um, they know that. They understand that. But there's a difference between, from their perspective, once again, there's a difference between, from a Trump perspective or Republican perspective, there's a difference between an immigrant who is a hardworking citizen who doesn't really cause any issues, but helps to boost the economy, right? Or helps to keep the economy, keep the country running in some way, shape, or form, but isn't causing problems, right? There's a difference between that type of immigrant versus an immigrant maybe who has caused some problems, who has gotten, caught up in certain crowds or certain lifestyles that could be detrimental or unhealthy, not only to themselves, but to other Americans and American families. I'm thinking, I'm seeing like gang activity, like um, street activity, right? That's what I'm seeing. Um, it's almost like, and I hear like it's almost like threat of deportation. Like there is gonna be the threat of deportation, not for everyone, but it's almost like they're gonna use it as a threat. I definitely would make sure like anyone like paperwork is up to date if you are an immigrant in this country. I definitely would make sure paperwork is up to date just to be safe. I hear investigations, so I do feel like there will be investigations into certain people. I also feel like there could be something implemented, or there could be a connection between job and work in immigration or deportation. Like it's almost like the energy comes across as like almost like a law or something being passed where it's like, and if you're an immigrant, you have to have this, or you have to sign this, or you have to show this, connected to your job. And it could be specific types of jobs, like it may not be all jobs. Um, but there could be something with like the workforce and immigration or immigration laws, where there could be they could coincide in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, like I almost feel like a mass exodus in terms of work for some reason in these like immigration shifts that are gonna happen moving forward. I also feel like there could be a focus on like African African immigrants as well. So I feel like it's possible. I also hear Middle East or Middle Eastern, but I feel like this may not include all Middle Eastern people. It may be more so Middle Eastern people who have not totally conformed to American standards or American ways of being, whatever it may be, like the people that wear the burqas and stuff like that. But I get that maybe it could be like the Hispanic, Latino, Mexican, African immigrants that could get it the worst. African immigrants that could get it the worst. Because I feel like there's going to be a focus on Latino, Hispanic, Mexican immigrants first, or a majority, and then there's like a shift or focus to African immigrants. There could also be like a focus on scamming as well. Like, oh, they're coming over here and scamming, like placing stereotypes basically on these different races of people. I hear racist, the word racist, so there definitely could be talks of racism, discourse of racism. I hear also classism. I don't know why I feel like they could also end up deporting like older people, elderly people, which would be terrible. You know. I also see something about Asian, Chinese, Japanese, like that kind of energy as well. Like I feel like this whole immigration situation is going to run the gamut of all races. I also see protesting though, protesting against certain like some of these ships or some of these changes. Because there's going to be a lot of protests over like certain family members or certain people like being immigrated back to their country, being deported, and it's like a lot of people are there's going to be people who are stuck without like without their breadwinner. There are going to be people who are like stuck without their children for whatever reason, or like their parents. Um and it's almost like the energy of losing touch with them, like like a missing persons, but like not really. Or maybe it could be missing persons. I feel like there could be a lot of backlash and a lot of backfire against maybe Trump and the Trump campaign, the Trump team, due to some of these things that are going to happen with immigration or immigration laws. I see something about California. Um, I do feel like they're going to start cracking down on certain things. I don't know why I see police or it looks like law enforcement like following a person, following it looks like a Hispanic person, like following them to literally like follow their tracks or understand their tracks. It's almost like from a law enforcement's perspective, it's like if there's one of them, there's more of them wherever they're going to or wherever they work at, kind of thing, wherever they live. So it's like it's almost like hunting for law enforcement, hunting like immigrants in a way, not necessarily like unaliving them, but like we got another one. Like get them back to their home country. Like it's like that energy. Um, I do feel like there will be efforts though to clean all of this up that's coming in the next presidential election, particularly if the next president elect is Democratic, if it goes blue. All right. Let's go ahead and see what the cards are going to say in terms of this situation. Spirit, give us some creating insight as to what is coming up for immigration laws once Trump gets in office. What is coming up for immigration? Sorry, I realized the microphone was over there the whole time. All right. What is coming up for immigration once Trump gets into office? What does Trump have in store for immigration, spirit, immigration laws? The justice card shows up. The justice card is once again legalities, legal situations, all right? The, the justice card is connected to how one sees himself, how other people see them. The justice card could be documented events, documented affairs, documents in general. So they're going to be looking for documented individuals. They could be looking through documents, all right, as well. They could be looking through things through a fine tooth comb as well. And I have to say, at some point, it could come down to, do you look like an immigrant? Because this card shows up in the position of physical appearance. Temperance card shows up. The temperance card shows up connected to money, finances, personal belongings, ownership. The temperance card is a card of things moving in the right direction, the tides turning. But the Nine of Swords shows up connected to thoughts, the mind, communication. There's going to be a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear in the air connected to this situation with the immigrants and what Trump is implementing. But the Nine of Pentacles shows up connected to home, family, emotional energy. Huh. The Hangman shows up connected to confidence, purpose, self expression. Hangman is having your head time behind your back, not wanting to deal with the situation or having difficulty dealing with the situation. It's interesting because those who are immigrants and don't have necessarily official residency or official citizenship in America, it's going to be interesting in these next few years, for those who are pursuing getting citizenship or residency in America, like there's something about, particularly if you've been in America for a while and you're just now applying for or seeking citizenship, there's something about that could look fishy or suspicious. It's like, oh, you've been here this whole time without citizenship, kind of thing. Um, Once again, though, I'm not an immigrant, so I don't know how that process works. But there's something about that energy. The Ten of Wands does show up connected to work, job, daily routine, connected to health. So there's definitely going to be some shift connected to work and immigration. I'm wondering if it could affect the medical system as well, the healthcare system. Definitely is going to affect work in I feel like a negative way, the workforce. And there's something about the economy as well, like this is an effort to boost the economy, but the world card shows up connected to endings, change, transformation. The world card is an ending of one cycle, a beginning of a new cycle. It can be a card also of protection. Two of Cups shows up connected to long distance travel, long distance affairs. You know what is the weird thing? I feel like part of this is like part of this may be deals that or conversations America, the president, Trump has had with other leaders of certain countries where it's like, hey, it's almost like, for example, maybe let's choose Guatemala, for example. Maybe there are a lot of Guatemalans, a lot of people with Guatemalan ancestry or whatever it may be that come to America. And it's like Guatemala, comes, talks to America or Trump, and it's like, hey, I know you've got a lot of Guatemalan immigrants over there. We want them back over here. We need them back over here to boost our economy, to um, to do certain things, to fulfill certain things. Almost feels like labor. So there's a deal with this immigrant. I'm going to say allegedly for YouTube entertainment purposes only. There are certain deals that have been set in place that have been initiated with these immigration laws or immigration changes in effect. But these deals, they benefit America in terms of America maybe getting money or somebody getting money or getting benefit out of it in that way, but they also boost these other countries in terms of like helping them out to get more people. The death card shows up connected to working amongst a group of people, connected to, ooh, certain people could be sold out as well. So if you're an immigrant, you're going to have to be really careful to make sure that you don't tell certain people maybe, don't make it easy to find out your status, your status in the country, because a hidden enemy could screw you over. Someone who doesn't want to see you succeed could screw you over. So we're entering that kind of era where it's like it's scary times. Is Donald Trump going to really deport 20 million immigrants? Is Donald Trump going to really deport 20 million immigrants, or is he going to actually seek to deport 20 million immigrants? Give me some credit and insight on this, Spirit. Two of Pentacles shows up. Two of Pentacles is a card of trying to balance two different things, two different aspects of something. There's something about we may not have the money for it. It costs money to do these types of things. The death card shows up connected to communication, the mind. I don't think he's going to actually actively, seek to get rid of 20 million immigrants in America. Does he plan on to get rid of, some or a lot of immigrants? Yes, unfortunately. But I don't see, once again, it's an exaggeration. It's a fear tactic. So the Ten of Swords shows up connected to travel, relocation, stepping outside one's comfort zones, connected to taking a risk, taking a chance, expansion. Ten of Swords is having one's hands tied behind their back. I do think certain people, unfortunately, are going to be deported, but I don't think it's going to be 20 million. I think that was an exaggeration. Oh, you know what? I just picked up in terms of the job. Some of these hidden enemies you may encounter if you're an immigrant may not be your coworkers. Some of these hidden enemies for some of you may be the boss, maybe the supervisor, maybe the one who knows the tea. So I would say even be careful of letting the certain your boss or certain supervisors know, all right? Particularly if deals are made in the way where it's like particularly if deals are made in the way where it's like, well, if you help to get certain people deported, or if you help to report people, it's like there's some incentive in that kind of thing. So I would say, when it comes to immigration, if you're an immigrant, you're entering a period where it's like you got to be careful of who you trust. Don't trust certain people. All right? You're not going to be able to trust everybody. All right? Um what could be a last question? What other things do we need to know about Donald Trump and immigration coming up? What are other things do we need to know, Spirit, concerning Donald Trump and immigration? Nine of Wands, there's going to be fear. There's going to be fear in the air, particularly those who are immigrants, particularly those who are associated with or have immigrants in their family or were born to immigrants or something like that. All right. It's really going to be the workforce. It's really going to be the jobs that really get people tricked up or get people caught up with these whole immigration laws and saying, being careful of what you say, being careful of what they say. All right. But the jobs somehow, somewhere, are going to be the trap. I'm going to stick to that. The job, the workforce, the work industry, that's going to be the trap some way, somehow. The Three of Swords shows up connected to change. So there will be heartbreak and disappointment, unfortunately. And it could be really heavy for 3 years in particular, maybe. All right. Um, it almost feels like some of these immigrants could be put to work or could be like punished in their home country in a way. So I don't know. There could be some also stories that come out connected to immigration and these immigration situations that could really shed light. I don't know why I keep seeing a little boy, like a little. It looks like a little, once again, Latino, Hispanic, maybe Mexican boy or something like that. I feel like there's something about feeling lost, being reunited with family. Um, so there's gonna be some sad stories, unfortunately, but there are also gonna be some stories with some happy conclusions, I think, as well. But it's going to be due to the people helping each other out. All right. Whether the people are helping each other out in the United States, Mexico, or people or Guatemala, or all of these people coming together to help out. No matter if, they're on different sides of the country or the world. All right. Final card. Final card for Donald Trump and immigration. All right, that flew out. Let's take that. Ace of Action. Ace of Action. Let's see what it says. It says this cherub is heralding a time of wonderful new opportunities related to your creativity, your career, or pursuing your dreams. This is a card of action, and if you've been procrastinating, it's time to really get busy. It's time to get your ducks in a row. It's a great time to start a new business. Have confidence in your abilities. Interesting. Maybe we could see a rise in entrepreneurship, maybe when it comes to immigrants or ethnic people. All right. All right, you guys, I love you all. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I will catch you in the next video. I will see you in your own personal reading. Either way, I will see you soon. Love and light, God bless. And I will catch you all later. Bye. I know you're jealous of me, you can't keep lying. Snitching on yourself, leaving trails, you can't keep trying me. When I pick up my cell, I see a number. You're so obsessed, it's not fetch to the 10th degree. As I walk in the room, I see you staring. The jealous eyes shine like camera bulbs, all flashing on me. Your eyes tell all your lies. You're projecting your jealousy on me. I'm giving your stomach butterflies. My love is supersonic, I'm the fucking psychic with the T. You get that, bitch? 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 Psychic with the T. Your eyes tell all your lies. You're projecting your jealousy on me. I'm giving your stomach butterflies. My love is supersonic, I'm the fucking psychic with the T.